How's everybody doing? After hearing Ed Kelly speak, I have to make it clear, I'm not from Boston. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm a proud New York Jet fan, so I'm in enemy territory. And I think this year we have a chance to at least win one game from you. We beat you once last year. All right, so greetings to my brothers and sisters. Oh, well, I want to congratulate Brother Renfro for being able to say Hogrogian. That's that easy for most people. So I want to thank Brian for that. I'm Paul Hogrogian. I'm president of the National Postal Mail Handlers Union. And on behalf of our 50,000 members, it's my honor and privilege to deliver a message of solidarity at your convention. I want to thank President Renfro and your entire executive board for their gracious invitation, allowing me to speak here today. Most of you don't know, I began my postal career in June of 1971 as a casual letter carrier in my hometown of Dumont, New Jersey. So, in June of 1971 was a special time because my casual appointment contained the last month of the Post Office Department and the first month of the United States Postal Service. So here I was, an 18-year-old kid, just out of high school, working a job, and all these old guys I thought were old at the time, they were like 40 years old, making a big fucking deal out of the new Postal Service. And I said, I have no idea what they're talking about. Maybe I'll hang around and hold this job working for the post office until something better comes along. And here I am, 50 years later, still waiting for something better to come along. But believe me when I tell you, the post office that I worked for in 1971 is a whole lot different than the Postal Service today. And a lot of you old-timers can confirm that. When I first started, we were a mail organization that also happened to deliver parcels. But now we're a parcel company that also delivers mail. We're going through this redesign, this network redesign. It's all about the parcels. It's all about the parcels. So, the National Postal Mail Handlers Union and the letter carriers have a long history of coordinated efforts and activities. Our two organizations have a strong fraternal bond, which has proven beneficial to both our membership. We have worked closely on a number of important issues, including what we're dealing with right now, this network redesign that's affecting both our memberships. Basically, you guys are dealing with the sorting and delivery centers. We're dealing with the regional processing and distribution centers. I can understand, like I said, I've been around 50 years and probably as long as the current network redesign. Some improvements have to be made, but they have to be made smartly. And right now, the post office at times, they seem to not know what they're doing, but in a hurry to do it. They're rolling out these S&DCs, these RMPDCs, and they're not really ready to do it. Some of these buildings are opening up with not working bathrooms. I mean, it's ridiculous. They rolled out the RMPDCs, the first two in Richmond and in Atlanta. And as soon as they opened them up, and they opened up in January, February this year, service standards dropped. Right now, Atlanta is delivering mail, not even 70% according to the service standards. We've been working together to fight to prevent the privatization of postal services. The Mail Handlers Union has been successful in having work that was subcontracted out for over 10 years. The service transfer centers and the terminal handling services, how mail is delivered to and taken from airlines. And we think that's a big fucking deal. You know, we lost mail. It was privatized, we worked hard, and we got it back. So we're proud of that. And we were given, the letter carriers gave us support in that. We fought to maintain 6-day delivery, which is now law, thanks to our combined efforts. We're fighting with the letter carriers to maintain door-to-door delivery. We're fighting all efforts to diminish our services. And along with the APW and the National Rural Letter Carriers, we successfully fought to enact meaningful postal reform legislation that is fair for postal workers, fair for the Postal Service, and fair for the American people. I have personally worked with President Renfro and President Orlando before him. It was really good to see Fred just backstage on these issues, and pledged to continue working on these issues going into the future. We fully support you on your issues, and you support us on ours, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it should be. The mail handlers are also fully supportive of your efforts to secure a good and fair contract at the bargaining table. Our contract is up next year in 2025, but we all know all too well, whatever they ram down your throat today, they're going to shove up our ass next year. So we're fully supportive that you get a good contract, because I don't want anything shoved up my ass, if you know what I mean. We also have to ensure that we work together, that worker-friendly, union-friendly, postal-friendly candidates, regardless of political affiliation, are elected to Congress, and to fight to elect a worker-friendly, union-friendly, postal-friendly candidate to the White House. Does anybody know one of those? There's only one, Kamala Harris. Now, I'm glad you got it. I was around when you passed your resolution. Our convention's in 2 weeks, and we're gonna pass a similar resolution in 2 weeks, because we as postal workers, we know we cannot afford to have Donald Trump come back into office. No matter how bad Trump 1.0 is, Trump 2.0 will be a whole lot worse. Trump, when he was president, declared war on all postal and federal workers and on the Postal Service itself. If you remember correctly, he called the Postal Service a joke. Well, the joke's going to be on him. There's no doubt in my mind that he would have, if he had his intention, and if he gets reelected, that his intentions will be to try to privatize the post office, because that's the way he is. Trump blames the Postal Service for his defeat in 2020. And I say, fuck yeah. All right, yeah. And you heard him with that little video. He called the vote by mail is corrupt. How the fuck would he know? He's right, though. It's our fault, because without vote by mail, and I know with all due respect to your video, we had a little bit to do with it, too. All right? I mean, the mail just didn't magically appear at the post office. But there's no... But there's no doubt that without vote by mail, Trump would still be president, and he'd be running for his third term. Well, no, he wouldn't be running. He'd just take his third term. So it's up to us. We must work together to preserve democracy again for the American public. We have to ensure that all mail ballots are processed and delivered on time, and that all mail ballots are counted. And of course, the whole country is watching us. The whole country is depending on us. And if Trump gets back in, he is going to exact his revenge on his perceived enemies, including the Postal Service. He has made no secret about that. So I know there's members in your union and members in our union that support President Trump. And it's our job, and people can vote the way they want. But it's our job to convince them it's not good for their job. Trump wants to privatize the post office. He wants to take their jobs away. So I go talk to my members. They say, well, what about the economy? Well, the economy's getting better. And he wants to take your job away. What about immigration? Well, there was a bipartisan bill just about to be passed until Trump blew it up. And he wants to take your job away. What about the Ukraine? Well, Trump is best ass buddies with Putin, and he wants to take your job away. What about the Middle East? Oh, you think Trump's going to solve the Middle East? And he wants to take your job away. Now I'm starting to get pissed. Well, what about my guns? Listen, asshole, without a fucking job, you can't buy any fucking guns. So postal workers must stay united to ensure that Trump's threats do not become reality. Postal workers have spent a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears in building our postal service into the greatest postal service in the world. And we're not going to let some orange fucking moron take that away from us without a fight and without a war. We have to make sure that we remain united. And Mark spoke earlier. All four postal unions have to stay together. And again, with the federal unions. This is a fight we all have to fight together. We have to make sure we stay united on our issues and make clear that the powers that be, that we will not be divided. The mail handlers remain committed to stand shoulder to shoulder with the letter carriers and all postal workers to fight any battles that needs to be fought. So, and I think Mark brought it up, or you brought it up. Another issue that if Trump gets back in, we have to make sure, they're talking about this Project 2025. And if you don't know about it, Google it, because it sucks for us. It sucks, it's dangerous, it's an attack on all federal workers and all postal workers. And we got to do a Project 2024, which is stop Project 2025. So, I know you guys have been sitting and waiting, so I don't want to keep you any longer. So I want to thank President Renfro for his kind invitation, and have a successful, productive convention. And remember what I said about the contract. I don't want anything shoved you know where, all right? So,
Good job. This is for you. I don't know what it is. It's a coin of some kind.
I got a big giant coin. All right.
All right. How about a letter carrier cheer for Brother Hogrogian? Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip.